parents and friends of the class of 1994, students, faculty, and staff of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University, Barbara Melson, president of the Alumni Council, Sister Eunice Anthony, subprioress of the Benedictine women who sponsor the college, Sister Mary Patricia Russell, director of the College of St. Benedict, St. John's University campus in the Bahamas, Mary Keegan, our distinguished guest speaker, and above all, graduates of the class of 1994. It is my privilege now to convene the 78th annual commencement exercises at the College of St. Benedict. I want to invite Father Kevin Anderson, the chaplain, to lead us in prayer.
Please remain seated. Let us pray. God of all wisdom, we remember your work, your love through our lives. And today we celebrate the excellence of wisdom, the excellence of education. Guide us, be with us in our many journeys ahead. Hope with us. We pray this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Before I invite Dr. Charles Villette to conduct today's ceremonies, I want to present to you the person who has served on the Board of Trustees here for 11 years and has served as chair of the board for 9 years. Very few colleges, I believe, have benefited by the visionary leadership which the College of St. Benedict has received during those years. Even fewer colleges can boast that their chief volunteer can always be counted on to speak with unflagging enthusiasm about the enterprise to which he has given his heart. This will be the 9th commencement at which our chair has presided. We will miss his gracious presence next year after his retirement from the board. I present to you now the chair under whose leadership our campus has begun a genuine transformation, Herman Rattel.
Mr. Coleman, thank you for that very kind invitation. It is really a privilege for me to be able to make a few remarks to you today, and I will be blessedly brief. You've heard a lot of talk and a lot of speeches already, and you don't need to hear many more from me. But I do deem it a privilege and an opportunity that I'd like to at least make a couple of observations. Commencement. The genesis of the word commencement is somewhat obscure, but as I looked at the dictionary for the meaning, I found that it says something about a beginning. I would suggest to you graduates that the word commencement is most apt, as it is frankly for me, because I see my service on the board now coming to an end, somewhat like your graduation, a new beginning. And I would like to tell you that I dedicate my future to the continued success of the college. Having said that, I'd like to say something about what Father Kevin said this morning at his wonderful homily about leadership, the risks in particular of leadership, and for you former students, now graduates, I recommend to you the poem by Robert Frost, nominated The Road Least Taken. I think upon looking and reading that poem, you'll understand what I'm saying, and that's my challenge to you, to read the poem so you'll get the message better than I could possibly convey it. Now, having said all that, I would like to extend to you my personal congratulations, as well as congratulations on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the college, to you graduates for your perseverance, your determination, and your success. Likewise, extend congratulations to the parents and friends who have been so supportive and generous to you in your educational enterprise. And finally, but not the least, to the faculty who have been most patient with you. And of course, their success is manifested by your presence here today. So again, congratulations. I expect to be back some more, and I would invite all of you to continue to participate in the affairs of the college in the future. As you know, perhaps even better than I, it is an absolutely marvelous community which begs my capability to fully express. I'm sure you know what I'm saying perhaps better than even people in the audience, because you have had the privilege and the opportunity to share this community with one another. So again, congratulations and good luck to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Herman. And now I invite Dr. Charles Vallette, Vice President of Academic Affairs, to conduct today's ceremonies.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 78th commencement exercises at the College of St. Benedict. Today, we are honoring 353 students who will soon join the family of alumni of the college. Graduates, this is a special moment for you. May you long remember it with pride. And may you also remember that we too take pride in your accomplishments. Commencement at the College of St. Benedict is an opportunity for a meaningful closure to your academic journey with us. It is for this reason that we select a commencement speaker who is connected to our academic endeavors, someone who exemplifies the values that are at the heart of the education that is offered at the College of St. Benedict. I propose to you that Mary Keegan, our commencement speaker, is such a person. Ms. Keegan earned a bachelor's degree in education and a master's degree in personnel administration from Columbia University in New York. Today, we know Ms. Keegan to be an experienced professional volunteer with a distinguished career in organizational development, fundraising and public relation in the private as well as the public sectors. Indeed, her record of service to humanity is exemplary. She founded the End Hunger Network in Houston in 1985. She is presently the chairperson of the board and the chief executive officer. Through the network, she established several programs which, since 1985, have produced over 28 million pounds of food for the hungry. During the Reagan administration, she was appointed and served for 10 years as a member of the Advisory Committee on Voluntary Foreign Aid for the Agency for International Development in the Department of State. She was also appointed by President Bush to be the U.S. Deputy Observer to the International Fund for Ireland from 1990 to 1992. She is the President of the United States Delegation for Friendship Among Women and has traveled the world since 1974 meeting with women leaders in developing countries. She recently returned from a mission to Albania and Hungary. These are but illustrations of a long roster of service on various boards and committees who are dedicated to serve and assist the less fortunate. Ms. Keegan's commitment to serve humanity and her leadership have earned her numerous awards, including the Presidential End Hunger Award for Individual Achievement, the YWCA Outstanding Woman Award, the Whitney Young Volunteer of the Year Award, the Martin Luther King Award, and the list just goes on. I would only add, Mary, the very special recognition and appreciation of this academic community. Mary, it is a distinct pleasure for me to introduce you and to welcome you as a leader and humanitarian par excellence. Permit me to also introduce you to 350 graduates who, in their way, will further the service that you have given to others. Graduates, please extend a warm welcome to Mary Keegan, our commencement speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. It is an honor and a privilege to be here today to especially extend congratulations, heartfelt congratulations, to the 1994 graduates of St. Benedict's College. I recognize and salute your significant achievement and ask you all to revel in your accomplishment. It is a long and often arduous journey to this day, one that is fraught with insecurities, challenges, obstacles, and sacrifices, and one that is never traveled alone. Your parents, family, and friends that surround you today, and those that forever live in your hearts, share in your triumph and joy. With their love and support, you have distinguished yourselves to the world as educated women. Your degrees define you. Let them empower and ennoble you and serve as the foundation to build lives that exceed all your dreams and expectations. My expectations for you are vast. I imagine your 25th anniversary reunion to include women who have totally changed the course of our lives, scientists who have discovered the cure for cancer, legislators who have revitalized the inner cities, educators who have made our school systems excellent, business women who have created tremendous value and redefined the working place in order to make more receptive to the demands of families and open to the talents of all women, and humanitarians who have extended the promise of America to the disenfranchised and the underprivileged. If you value yourselves and assume responsibility for your lives and your world and set goals that are worthy of your gifts, the reality will surpass your expectations and mine. Nothing is as important to your life and to your success as your belief in yourselves. We are all the product and the reflection of those that we love, and as educated people, we are beneficiaries of the wisdom of countless great minds We are also blessedly unique and capable of greatness. Listen to your heart and open your eyes to the world around you and decide what you need and want to do, and more resolutely move forward, confident that you can and will make a difference. You are beginning your life at a time that is worthy and necessary of your talents. We are paradoxically faced with both greater promise and more challenges than ever before. The end of the Cold War dramatically illustrates a new world order and prospect for peace. It also necessitates a major restructuring in our foreign policy and our defense industry. The policy of containment has influenced every international decision made by the United States for 40 years. And the arms race has generated an enormous industry and has absorbed a significant share of our economic resources. We must now develop new, cohesive, more expansive global policies and new growth industries, and also new domestic economic agendas. The end of the Cold War and the political ascendancy of Nelson Mandela in South Africa are true triumphs and true testaments to the strength of the human spirit. They also require that we support these changes economically and provide a basis for the stability that will promote continued progress. The Rwandas, Somalias, and Bosnias must not be allowed to happen again. We must watch and support progress as aggressively and as passionately as we consider threats. The leadership of women as heads of states of countries as diverse as England, Ireland, Burma, India, and the Philippines is a sign of phenomenal progress and the realization of positive visions. We must work for women seeking office in our country in order to achieve more representative government for all Americans. We are at the beginning of a technical revolution that has the potential to galvanize our civilization. Satellite technology has provided a window on the world to everyone with cable television. The emerging information superhighway can expand our vistas, reorganize the way that we do business, and revamp our educational systems and give us the precious gift of time. The current technologies can be the key to economic access and parity for women that can enable women to satisfy the demands of their careers and their children on their own terms. Explore the possibilities of the new technology. Incorporate it into your lives. Work and utilize it to the fullest and create the model for your children to follow. Interplay with the headquarters office, overseas branches of your company, as well as the grocery store and the Mall of America, can be handled in your home office on your computer, saving you time for other things. We have witnessed tremendous changes in the expectations and roles of women in our society and have watched with great pride as women have attained visibility on the Supreme Court, in the Senate, and in every major industry. We've also been frustrated by the economic disparity that continues to be the norm as women's wages compare 71 cents to the male dollar. The glass ceiling is real, but there is no reason to believe that it is permanent or that you will not be the ones to eradicate it forever. You must make your own rules and redefine the prevailing realities. I have found over 7 decades that nothing is as certain as change. Embrace it, court it, and direct it, or it will victimize you. Study the past and learn from it. Incorporate all that has value and reject that which will not serve you well. Women comprise the majority of the population of the United States. We must exercise our rights with our votes, our voices, and our dollars, and make legislators and industry respond to our interests. We must articulate our concerns and our expectations and provide leadership to fill the voids. We have often been led by those that should be following because we have not understood our power and enjoyed confidence in our ability to do better. Women pioneers on every front have inspired us all and proved that there is nothing that a woman cannot do. Develop confidence in yourself and in your colleagues by celebrating and valuing achievements and by using it as a stepping stone to greater accomplishments and greater goals. Your world and your legacy will be determined by your behavior and by your standards. Let them reflect the expanses of your minds and your hearts and create a new and better order and a stronger and a more inclusive society. Incorporate volunteerism into your lives and into your standards. Treat it as a responsibility and a privilege, and it will enlighten, empower, and immeasurably enrich your lives. Volunteerism has been a cornerstone of my life. It has been my profession and my pleasure, and has yielded rewards far beyond my greatest expectations. It has enabled me to travel the globe and to come to know many worlds in my community. I have been enriched with tremendous gifts of friendship and the satisfaction that my efforts had an impact. Personal economics has enabled me to pursue volunteerism on a full-time basis. I believe that the rewards are available to all and that the investment of time in volunteerism is a coincidence of circumstance. But the responsibility to volunteer is an obligation for all individuals. I was exposed to this phenomena by my mother. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, the hungry and the homeless roamed the streets, going from door to door in search of leftovers or discards. My mother's response was to provide these unexpected visitors with full meals, which were always the same as those we had eaten, a recognition of their dignity and of our mutual humanity. She always prepared extra food, and she always opened the door. The economic crisis in the country ended, and the problem of hunger subsided. My brothers and I were left a tremendous legacy, the understanding that individuals could make a difference, and that the problem of hunger in our communities was solvable. We learned that prosperity was a measure of money and that compassion was a measure of our civilization. This example inspired me to make a career out of volunteerism. I have focused my efforts in 3 areas: ecumenism, feminism, and the plight of the disenfranchised. Ecumenism fascinated me because I grew up in environments where people were effectively segregated by race, religion, and limited by the lack of understanding of the true value and strength of diversity. Feminism has always presented the possibility of the true realization of the potential and power of women for the betterment of all people. As the President of the United States Delegation for Friendship Among Women, I have had the opportunity to visit 52 countries and to meet with women leaders to discuss the status of women. I have been privileged to meet with Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Nobel Prize winner Mother Teresa, among others, to explore our common goals. I have witnessed women move from total subordination to leadership in a generation and watched their countries transform economically. As a member of the advisory boards for the Agency of International Development, Department of State, CARE, and Counterpart, I have met with women in factories and fields. I have been blessed to share their joys over their entrepreneurial victories and inspired by their determination to find an alternative to starvation and a foundation for better lives for their families. I've been deeply moved by the true beauty radiated by a life realized, and by the extension of strength and promise in women of phenomenal physical diversity. Throughout the 70s and early 80s, I became increasingly alarmed by the economic status of women and families in the United States, as the numbers in poverty grew exponentially and hunger was again a problem in our communities. I was enthusiastic about the State Department's request to arrange for a broadcast in Houston for a 2-hour television program on hunger. The January 13th, 1985 prime showing altered my life and my community. In response to a Safeway pledge to contribute $10 for every donation of equal or greater value, people on fixed incomes called and offered $6, $7, $5 a month. We received an equal number of calls asking for food. The End Hunger Network Houston was formed to develop untapped resources and distribution systems where needed. Since 1985, we have developed over 30 million meals for Houston's hungry through our programs known as the End Hunger Loop, the Red Barrel Program, Produce People Care, and Hunters for the Hungry. These programs have been replicated in many cities and states throughout the United States. Volunteerism has taken me to the far corners of the globe and served as my introduction to presidents, prime ministers, and field workers. It has afforded me the opportunity to represent the United States abroad and the women of the world at home. It has propelled me to leadership and enabled me to realize the promise of my education and to impact my world. It has defined and sustained me and rewarded me with deep satisfaction and joy. That is my heartfelt wish for each of you. Hold the promise and the joy of this day and the memories of your years at the College of St. Benedict in your hearts forever, and move forward to the remarkable dreams of your lives. Spend your days, lives, and educations well, and you will inspire us all. Thank you.
I would now like to invite, Shannon Campbell, major in social work from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to present the senior statement.
As I grew up, I often equated strength with happiness. Today, we are graduating seniors and have learned a lot in the past 4 years, both in the classroom and out. The most valuable lesson I have learned while at St. Ben's is that just as it is okay to laugh, it is okay to cry. I would like to reflect on my experiences at St. Ben's that have taught me this valuable lesson, and I know you will find yourself in them too. I remember walking on St. Ben's campus for the first time with my parents. I was frustrated because they seemed to have all the questions, yet I knew I still depended on them a great deal. I remember walking into the dorm for the first time. I smiled as I introduced myself, yet was filled with uncertainty. I remember walking into my first class. I finally found the room, and then I didn't know exactly where to sit. I remember the first trip to St. John's, pretending to be so excited to finally find out where the men were, yet not knowing when to stand up when the bus finally arrived there. I remember walking into my first college party with my friends. We were all so excited, yet we all shied away from being the first in the door. Amidst all these feelings of excitement and fear, I also faced a new academic challenge: college courses. In one of my first college courses, we read The Town Beyond the Wall by Elie Wiesel. This is the story of Michael, a young Jew who had survived the Holocaust and returned to his hometown. As Michael finds himself back home after experiencing such agonizing human suffering, he remembers the one person that hurt him the most. He refers to this person as the face in the window. The face in the window symbolizes all those who stood by and never interfered, all those who were indifferent to the human condition. In Michael's words, "It was then that I saw him, a face in the window across the way, impassive, cold, impersonal. The face was indifferent to the spectacle. The face is neither Jewish nor anti-Jewish. A simple spectator. That is who he is." Although the words continue to echo in my mind, I was confused as to what they would mean in my life. In this context, my experiences at St. Ben's were just beginning. As a first-year student, radiating with confidence, yet filled with uncertainty, I introduced myself to a St. John's student. This St. John's student would soon become one of my best friends, and I even thought he was kind of cute. Mitch made me laugh with his weird sense of humor. He touched me with his honesty and sensitivity. Although I often did not agree with his political views, he challenged me to look at the world with a new perspective. He taught me to hold tight to my convictions, to listen, and to feel. I shared many of my many memories with him throughout my time at St. Ben's. Mitch suddenly died of a brain aneurysm over homecoming weekend this year. Many of my dreams I once held will now never come true. I have at times had doubt that I would ever reach this day. I am here speaking today because of the people who dared to feel with me. With these people, I have learned to share sadness, yet in the midst of tears, learned to be happy again. As I remember Mitch's death, I am still overwhelmed with sadness. Yet when I remember Mitch, I am filled with happiness because I know I shared with him a unique friendship, a friendship that will ever be a part of me. My years at St. Ben's have been the worst of times and the best of times. That I look back at these years filled with such sadness, as the best of times is a reflection of the people I've shared these years with. Like the face in the window, so many times since I've come to college, I have wanted to forget the pain, the confusion, and the fear present in our world. I want to escape these feelings that make me feel so vulnerable. Even as I have at times struggled to remain indifferent and not to feel, through the genuine laughter and tears shared with friends, I have changed. Through these changes, I have begun to fully understand the implication of Michael's words. He continues, I shall return to the life they call real. I'll live, I'll work, I'll love. And now I am whole. Through our experiences of the last 4 years, we too have become whole. We are often told that after graduation, we have to learn to face the real world, as if it is some faraway place we do not yet know. Yes, our real world lies ahead of us, but our real world also consists of our experiences of the past 4 years. Our experiences in the classroom, our travel abroad experiences to Ireland, China, Jerusalem, Colombia, Spain, France, Greece, and England. Our volunteer trips to Washington, D.C., the South Dakota Indian Reservations, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Our trips to Chicago, Ohio, and Milwaukee. Our J term spent in Mexico, Arizona, and New York. Our long hours of soccer, tennis, golf, basketball, swimming, and track practice. The early morning rows on Lake Sag. Our seemingly endless hours of rehearsals and days spent in the studio. The impressive theater and music performances. Our memories of Pine Stock and Watab. Walks out to the chapel at St. John's. Our ice cream ventures to the loft. Trips to Bodid's and late night calls to Gary's. The nights we have spent at the law, Sal's, or MIDI. The long nights of studying, the tests that we have failed, and the tests that we have passed. The early morning trips to St. Cloud for nursing clinicals. The long hours spent in the lab. The changing of the leaves, the celebrating at Mass at Sacred Heart Chapel, the walks and talks with our friends, in the forming of new relationships, and in the growing of old, in the creation of new life, and in the death of family and friends. These experiences have all been real. Through these experiences of feeling, we have become part of the real world. If we are willing, the combination of these experiences, both difficult and attractive, can stir in us a curiosity so strong that we will be pulled from behind the window and opened up to the kaleidoscope of experiences, feeling, and people existing in our world. A world which is filled with happiness, as the excitement of careers, volunteering, and graduate school await us. A world where new people will touch our lives. And a world filled with sadness, as we face the uncertainty of saying goodbye, and the longing for the physical presence of those we have loved. The task ahead of us seems huge, scary, and sometimes lonely. We are not alone. The memories we have created will forever be with us. And do not be overwhelmed. We have already made a difference, and we are just beginning. I would like to conclude with one of my favorite stories, a story that may be familiar to some of the nursing majors. Once while a man was walking across the beach, he noticed thousands of starfish washed upon the shore. He was saddened because he knew these starfish would eventually dry up and die. He continued to walk carefully, not to disturb the dying starfish. Suddenly, he noticed a woman further down the beach. As he walked closer, he realized she was picking up the starfish one by one and throwing them back into the ocean. He watched her in silence and then said, "You are surrounded by thousands of starfish. You are never going to save them all." At this moment, the woman bent down and picked up a starfish. Before throwing it into the ocean, she said, "At least I have saved this one." Our real world is around us. Come from behind the window and begin throwing your starfish into the ocean.
Today's program lists 353 candidates for the baccalaureate degree. The College of St. Benedict is happy to recognize these degree candidates. It is understood that the appropriate degrees are earned by the candidates who successfully complete all requirements for that degree by the end of the scholastic year. Will the candidates please rise? Sister Coleman O'Connell, President of the College of St. Benedict, these students are now presented to you for conferral of the appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon those candidates whose names appear in the commencement program the appropriate Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees indicated, with all of the attendant rights and privileges of which the degrees to be given to them shall be forever the testimony.
May I ask the audience to please withhold applause until all candidates have received their degrees. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honors. Rachel Renee Bartovich, cum laude, History, Evelyn. Mary Bellman, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in government, government in Spanish, Ostrander. Katie Jo Breen, cum laude, social work, Hillsborough, North Dakota. Shannon Elizabeth Campbell, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in social work, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sarah Elizabeth Colesi, magna cum laude, social science, St. Paul. Colleen Marie Corrigan, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, biology, Rosemont. Mary Therese Dobbs, cum laude, government, Evelyn. Kristen D. Findley, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in French, Duluth. Lisa Finstad, cum laude, social work, Bloomington. Meredith Lee Fleming, magna cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, psychology, Woodbury. Jennifer Morrison Falkers, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in liberal studies, Mason City, Iowa. Danielle Kimberly Frayden, magna cum laude, English, Stillwater. Tricia Gardenier, magna cum laude, English and Communication, Albany. Brenda Marie Geisler, cum laude, Mathematics and Natural Science, Bloomington. Stacy Ann Gerlach, cum laude, German, Shoreview. Julie Ann Gretsch, cum laude, Mathematics, Albany. Molly Ann Auslauden, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Management, Delano. Allison Ann Heimer, magna cum laude, Natural Science, Adams. Elise Dearline Aaron, cum laude, Biology, Pierre, South Dakota. Don Lee Hines, cum laude, all college honors, distinction in theater, English and theater, Matamidi. Marilyn Beth Ackenpoller, magna cum laude, elementary education, Kimball. Jennifer Eden Hughes, summa cum laude, biology, Cook. Catherine Ray Hunt, cum laude, psychology, Moorhead. Mia Christine Evis, cum laude, French, St. Cloud. Amy Nicole Illig, cum laude, psychology and management, Richfield. Lila Rose Imdek, cum laude, communication, Melrose. Kathleen Marie Keppers, magna cum laude, mathematics, Avon. Laurie Ann Klatt, magna cum laude, social science, Isle. Stacy Leah Claveter, cum laude, German, Nuam. Rana Kohorst, magna cum laude, art and Spanish, Plymouth. Jennifer Susan Kramer, cum laude, communication, Cold Spring. Rebecca Ann Lennertz, cum laude, communication, Tracy. Lisa Catherine Lentz, cum laude, history, Lake City. Donna Lene Malm, magna cum laude, communication, Park Rapids. Rebecca Mathern, cum laude, social work, Fargo, North Dakota. Carla Marie Mahalik, magna cum laude, biology, New Hope. Amy Laura Miller, magna cum laude, accounting and management, Maple Grove. Katie Ellen Mozak, cum laude, psychology and Spanish, ESCO. Heidi Mulzoff, magna cum laude, music and management, Montevideo. Nancy Renee Olson, magna cum laude, dietetics, St. Cloud. Anne Marie Polyukonis, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in mathematics, mathematics and liberal studies, Dalton, Pennsylvania. Barbara Jean Ramacher, magna cum laude, music, Albany. Julie K. Rassett, cum laude, dietetics, Ortonville. Jennifer Lynn Redka, magna cum laude, English, Cortland. Jennifer Lynn Rexroth, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in government, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Des Moines, Iowa. Tracy Rupp, magna cum laude, natural science, Adrian. Sarah Sue Sartorius, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, natural science, Helena, Montana. Kelly Ann Scanlon, cum laude, all college honors, distinction in government, Wichita, Kansas. Amy Beth Schaefer, cum laude, nutrition science, St. Louis Park. Carrie Rosanna Schaefer, cum laude, mathematics, Lakeville. Lene Carol Schmidt, cum laude, theology, Shakopee. Karen Mary Shug, cum laude, elementary education, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Cheryl Ann Schumacher, cum laude, music, Sleepy Eye. Susan Mary Shea, magna cum laude, English, Cottage Grove. Kimberly Ann Smith, cum laude, theology, St. Cloud. Laura Marie Snyder, cum laude, chemistry and Spanish, Burnsville. Stacy Lynn Thier, magna cum laude, accounting, Rushmore. Sandra Jean Trierweiler, cum laude, social science, Sauk Center. Jill Carissa Hewlin, cum laude, music, St. Michael. Kristen Suzanne Vickers, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in psychology, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Julie Marie Waters, summa cum laude, psychology, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Lakeville. Greta Gillis Wenzel, cum laude, psychology, Woodbury. Kristen Marie Williams, cum laude, elementary education, Waseca. Kelly Suzanne Wolf, Egregia, all college honors, distinction in biology, Delta Epsilon Sigma, biology, Crookston. Lisa Ann Warden, cum laude, German, Lincoln, Nebraska. Mary Elizabeth Zumbush, magna cum laude, accounting, Buffalo. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors. Mary Cecilia Bayeri, magna cum laude, nursing, Annandale. Karen Lee Cordier, magna cum laude, nursing, Rice. Nicole Marie Erickson, cum laude, nursing, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Laurie Ann Ausladen, magna cum laude, nursing, New Germany. Gwendolyn Marie Maui, cum laude, nursing, Corcoran. Carol Lynn Schmidt, cum laude, nursing, Belle Plaine. Michelle Marie Witzman, summa cum laude, nursing, St. Cloud. Melanie Marie Zenzen, summa cum laude, nursing, Sauk Center. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts: Stacy Ray Abner, All College Honors, Distinction in Chemistry, Benson. Ellen Jean Adelmeyer, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Susan Beth Ahashtish, Communication, Hibbig. Tiffany Ann Arman, Sociology, Blue Earth. Heidi Louise Aspengren, Psychology, Burnsville. Kirsten Jean Aurelius, Psychology, Maplewood. Sarah Angelina Alstad, Management, Pine River. Kristen Marie Balo, Elementary Education, Prior Lake. Anne Marie Baddick, Biology, St. Joseph. Sheila Marie Beals, Psychology and Management, Mendota Heights. Chrislyn Gardenia Benjamin, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Kimberly Ann Boyning, Dietetics, St. Cloud. Susan Marie Binns, Natural Science, Edina. Tanya Marie Bjorgi, Accounting, Brainerd. Laurie Ann Blinker, Communication, Melrose. Jody Ann Borboom, Liberal Studies, Walnut Grove. April K. Bogart, Biology, Albany. Melissa Ann Bolig, Liberal Studies, Wilmer. Mary Joelle Borgading, Psychology, Sauk Center. Janelle Marie Boyle, Management, Cambridge. Lori K. Breitling, Psychology, Brainerd. Shirley Barbara Breath, Accounting, Albany. Christina Lynn Briggs, German, Coon Rapids. Donna Marie Brinkman, Biology, Rockford. Penelope Ray Brown, Social Science, St. Cloud. Tracy Marie Brown, Social Work, Brainerd. Rachel Lucia Buchwald, Liberal Studies, Minneapolis. Elise Eleanor Burrows, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Michelle Lynn Chachka, Elementary Education, Silver Lake. Colleen Denise Carey, Communication, Brooklyn Park. Jennifer Trudy Carrera, Liberal Studies, Winnebago. Catherine Joanne Kahn, Elementary Education, Alexandria. Melissa Jean Clark, Communication, Lakeland. Jennifer Ann Nacken Clinton, English, Minneapolis. Marva Coakley, OSB, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Patricia Lynn Coleman, Communication, West Des Moines, Iowa. Amy Marie Colombo, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Julie K. Connolly, Social Work, Burnsville. Teresa Michelle Koskren, History, Potsdam, New York. Margaret Mary Coughlin, Management, Littleton, Colorado. Michelle Suzanne Creelman, Sociology, St. Anthony. Jeanette Ann Culhane, Natural Science, Faribault. Tracy Lee Davy, Biology, Rochester. Tracy Luann Dock, Elementary Education, Montevideo. Janelle Patrice Daly, Communication, Lewiston. Nicole Annette Dardis, Elementary Education, St. Joseph. Jacqueline Elise Dock, Biology, Cleveland. Sarah Emily Davenport, Chemistry, Lincoln, Nebraska. Patricia Jo Davern, Psychology, St. Paul. Tanya Ann Dole, Communication, Richmond. Lisa Catherine Dopp, Management, Alpha. Carrie Lee Dreger, Elementary Education, St. Paul. Paula Marie Ebnett, Management, Pequot Lakes. Bobby Lucinda Ader, Psychology, Waconia. Lori Ann Ellingson, Elementary Education, St. Michael. Gloria Jean Eng, Social Work, St. Cloud. Linda K. Engler, Sociology, Winona. Julia Esther Fairbrother, Elementary Education, Owatonna. Elizabeth Aaron Farrell, Communication, Bloomington. Lisa Marie Phelan, Liberal Studies, Mora. Jill Ann Fenice, Elementary Education, Sartell. Kimberly Marie Furchy, Liberal Studies, Rice. Anne Marie Finn, Government, Robbinsdale. Carmen Diane Flanagan, History, Grafton, North Dakota. Michelle Joy Flateau, English, Nuam. Jennifer Lee Fontaine, Social Work, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Marcia Joy Frank, Accounting, Painesville. Jill Ellen Freeberger, Theater, Rochester. Karen Andrea Gallerno, English, Golden Valley. Lisa Ann Gapko, Natural Science, St. Joseph. Cecilia Marie Genereux, History, Rogers. Susan George, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Nancy Lee Gilbert, Social Work, St. Cloud. Anne Catherine Gleason, Biology, Prescott, Wisconsin. Anne Marie Goblersch, Management, Wabasha. Michelle Ray Gambosi, Accounting, Aiken. Deanna Lynn Gominski, Psychology, Monticello. Jennifer Ann Hyder, Social Work, Vanisites, Minnesota. Lisa Marie Hanna, Liberal Studies, Morton. Joy Irene Hansen, Social Work, Carver. Melissa Joy Heron, Elementary Education, Avon. Nicole Stacy Hegerston, Liberal Studies, Walnut Grove. Kimberly Heinen, Psychology and Communication, Albany. Shannon Lee Hemish, Accounting, St. Joseph. Leslie Ann Herrickson, Management, Eden Prairie. Melissa Ann Herbst, Liberal Studies, Moorhead. Michelle Marie Hertzberg, Elementary Education, St. Peter. Sarah Kathleen Herzog, Liberal Studies, Jordan. Julie K. Heipel, Communication, Algona, Iowa. Donna Higgs, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Carrie Ann Helenga, Psychology, International Falls. Cindy Lee Horacek, History, Detroit Lakes. Molly Marie Howe, Liberal Studies, Mound. Melissa Ann Hurley, Mathematics, Invergrove Heights. Pamela Ann Imdyke, Management, Melrose. Tammy Lynn Imker, Government, Shakopee. Jessica Joyce Jakimick, Government and Biology, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Carol Lynn Jackson, Management and Spanish, Junction City, Oregon. Rebecca Louise Jensen, Government, Stillwater. Chastity Suzanne Jewett, English and Government, Timberlake, South Dakota. Jennifer Catherine Johnson, Sociology, Stillwater. Celine Marie Johnston, Biology, New Brighton. Valerie Ann Jones, French and Philosophy, Independence, Iowa. Jody Juneman, Music, Worthington. Melissa Ann Kalpin, Philosophy, St. Cloud. Jill Marie Kodrowski, Elementary Education, Bolus. Christy Denise Keller, Biology, St. Cloud. Cheryl Ann Kelly, Government, Cold Spring. Maria Lynn Kelly, Liberal Studies, DeGraff. Heidi Lynn Kelm, Liberal Studies, Red Wing. Regina Marie Kerner, Communication, Minnetonka. Molly Therese Killian, Elementary Education, St. Michael. Amy Lynn Klein, Social Work, Spanish, Roseville. Michelle Ann Klein, Elementary Education, Andover. Michelle Ann Kohler, Sociology, Stillwater. Carrie Lee Kolodziewski, Social Science, St. Joseph. Jessie Marie Conrad, Music, Palm Springs, California. Sheila Renee Cons, Communication, Minden, Iowa. Carol Ann Kuhn, Psychology, Lamars, Iowa. Samantha Eve Kukar, Management, Edina. Jennifer Louise Cooney, Liberal Studies, Fridley. Christina Louise Lentis, Biology, Big Stone City, South Dakota. Sandra Jean Larson, Sociology, Kirkhoven. Kathleen Jo Lee, History, Coon Rapids. Jennifer Lynn Lenneman, Management, St. Michael. Virginia Lynn Olson Lentner, Communication, Cold Spring. Robin Lee Leslie, Government, St. Cloud. Tina Marie Leeser, Accounting and Management, Painesville. Jody Marie Lingbeck, Chemistry, Wabasha. Stephanie Marie Lynn, Accounting, Albany. Michelle Donna Lakin, Mathematics, St. Martin. Rebecca Ellen Lutzke, Psychology, Little Falls. Donna Jean Majeski, English, Hastings. Jody Ann Merrick, Social Work, St. Cloud. Erica Rose Masterman, Liberal Studies, Minneapolis. Patricia Mateer, Theater, St. Cloud. Molly Jean Mathison, Accounting, Benson. Laura Jean McColgan, Theology, Minnetonka. Stacy McCormick, Elementary Education, Virginia. Cynthia Patricia McKenzie, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Lorraine Kimberly McPhee, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Michelle Marie Menke, Spanish, St. Paul. Jennifer Ray Menden, Management, Shakopee. Tanya Ann Merkel, Mathematics, Plymouth. Catherine Marie Middleton, Individualized Studies, St. Paul's. Kristen Mary Milkey, Mathematics, Jordan. Julie Ann Miesler, English, College Grove. Melissa Marie Miller, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Wendy Janine Miller, Government, Crookston. Carrie Ann Menens, History, Shakopee. Jennifer Ann Morrissey, Biology, White Bear Lake. Mary Kate Morrow, Psychology, Eden Prairie. Kristen Marie Mooster, Chemistry, Hibbing. Trista Lee Nathy, Psychology, St. Cloud. Bethany Neeser, Communication, St. Cloud. Jennifer Ellen Nord, All College Honors, Distinction in Government, Edina. Jennifer Marie Novak, Management, Lake Elmo. Christina Renee Oberpriller, Accounting, Breckenridge. Amy Rose Airline, Accounting, Albany. Carrie Lee Olson, Biology, Maple Grove. Karen Arlene Upstad, Psychology and English, Bloomington. Patricia Ann Osland, Communication, Woodbury. Sydney Beliza Outen, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Lexi K. Peichel, Liberal Studies, Anoka. Dedri Mercy Lee Purpall, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Nicole Marie Perry, Communication, Minnetonka. Christina Marie Peterson, Elementary Education, Oakdale. Juliette Edna Philpott, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Jennifer Christine Poor, Music, Brook Park. Mary K. Pop, Communication, Red Wing. Marcy Lynn Pratt, Spanish, St. Cloud. Elizabeth Jean Pruitt, Liberal Studies, Springfield, Missouri. Tonya Randall, Spanish, Holcomb, Wisconsin. Jennifer Marie Rao, Biology and Psychology, St. Cloud. Joanna Lynn Redmond, Psychology, Edina. Heidi Marie Reichert, Biology, Bismarck, North Dakota. Julie Elizabeth Reisner, Management, Edina. Dione Laura Ramus, Management, Sleepy Eye. Rhonda Ann Rennie, Management, St. Joseph. Melissa Jane Rentz, Dietetics, Wadena. Tanya Reynolds, Elementary Education, Spanish, Northfield. Nancy Ann Rishmeyer, Elementary Education, Maple Grove. Christine Ann Rick, Social Work, Litchfield. Andrea Von Rieger, Government, Browerville. Marion Agnes Roberts, Sociology, White Bear Lake. Jane Ann Rutkowicz, Psychology, Arden Hills. Catherine Elizabeth Rahm, Government, Des Moines, Iowa. Kirsten Ann Rampanen, English, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Patricia K. Ryan, Psychology, Hastings. Jennifer Marie Scheid, Social Work, Adrian. Carrie Lynn Scherer, History, Coon Rapids. Jennifer Ann Schlepper, Elementary Education, Shakopee. Catherine Mary Schmidt, Communication, Minnetonka. Kelly Sue Schmidt, Government, Fargo, North Dakota. Anne Marie Schottler, Accounting, Schofield, Wisconsin. Sarah Elizabeth Schrader, Liberal Studies, North St. Paul. Donna Marie Seelan, Psychology, Little Falls. Lisa Beth Seifert, Liberal Studies, St. Paul. Sarah Jane Seiler, Liberal Studies, Billings, Montana. Amy Marie Schombarger, Chemistry, Lincoln, Nebraska. Christy Renee Shelton, Humanities, Cokato. Anne Marie Silver, Chemistry, Cottage Grove. Jennifer Ann Simon, English, St. Joseph. Karen Laverne Smith, Liberal Studies, Nassau, Bahamas. Victoria Jane Smith, Management, Edina. Gina Christina Sorrigia, Biology, Billings, Montana. Jeannie Marie Strangler, Social Science, Waseca. Teresa Marie Starr, Liberal Studies, Kansas City, Missouri. Julie Linda Stotts, Psychology, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Michelle Ann Stoffaker, Theology, Excelsior Springs, Missouri. Tracy Ann Stirk, Management and History, Plymouth. Jennifer Ann Stevens, Psychology, White Bear Lake. Sally Mae Strahlberg, Psychology, Cokato. Joan Elizabeth Studley, Economics, Auburn, Washington. Krista Suzanne Sahusky, Management, Wadena. Kathleen Ann Sullivan, Management and French, Minneapolis. Sandra Teague, Psychology, Moundsview. Natasha Nicole Thede, Theaters, Pequot Lakes. Laurie Jean Thiel, Social Work, Maple Grove. Karen Thoma, Art, Swanville. Tamara Ann Thomas, English, St. Cloud. Joanne Marie Thompson, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Paula Jean Thurston, German and Accounting, Golden Valley. Mary Ann Tollefson, Management, New Hope. Leslie Ellison Toner, Management, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Alicia Ann Ulwelling, Biology, Coon Rapids. Erin Catherine Urbisich, Old College Honors, Distinction in Psychology, St. Cloud. Amy Louise Venner, Philosophy, Brooklyn Center. Jacqueline Ruth Villalta, Psychology and Communication, International Falls. Melissa Jean Voller, Communication, Roseville. Debbie Lisa Walk, Communication, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Wendy Michelle Watson, Elementary Education, Dillon, Colorado. Wendy Ann Wavernack, Music, Evelyn. Barbara Myrna Weber, Humanities, Painville. Wendy Susan Weir Sacri, Liberal Studies, Princeton. Cassandra Maria Weinrich, Management, Cambridge. Sharon Ann Welly, Elementary Education, Shoreview. Karen Cecilia Wentland, Elementary Education, Garden City. Stephanie Marie Werner, Social Work, Burnsville. Glynis Diane Williams, Psychology, Browerville. Beth Ann Wilson, Liberal Studies, Bismarck, North Dakota. Kathleen Marie Wilson, Old College Honors, Distinction in Mathematics, Lafayette, Colorado. Nicolette Willardson, Wilson, Art, Edina. Kimberly Marie Winter, Sociology and Communication, Cold Spring. Catherine Colette Wolf, Elementary Education, Columbia Heights. Catherine Claire Zalewski, Government, Wausau, Wisconsin. Colleen Ann Ziegler, Sociology, Easton. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Scarlett Anders, Nursing, Holdingfort. Jamie Anderson, Nursing, Royalton. Rachel Patricia Baribar, Nursing, Brooklyn Park. Kathleen Mary Barron, Nursing, Foley. Denise Janet Briggs, Nursing, Avon. Laura Drossos, Nursing, Wade Park. Lisa Antoinette Finley, Nursing, St. Paul. Bozina Frericks, Nursing, Cold Spring. Michelle Lynn Foltz, Nursing, Renville. Nancy Garza, Nursing, Wellington, Texas. Angela Dawn Glenn, Nursing, Richfield. Elise Michelle Hulls, Nursing, St. Cloud. Lori Ann Klein, Nursing, Richmond. Nancy Lee Coleman, Nursing, Richmond. Betty Jean Keekley, Nursing, Litchfield. Tina Kuharski, Nursing, St. Anthony. Heather Marie Lummel, Nursing, St. Cloud. Tammy Luke, Nursing, Princeton. Jennifer Lynn Magel, Nursing, Pine City. Pa Mua, Nursing, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Carrie Nosebush Anderson, Nursing, Mora. Barbara O'Connor Gruby, Nursing, Lakefield. Genevieve Enna Olson, Nursing, North Branch. Krista Lee Olson, Nursing, Alexandria. Jodine K. Pissell, Nursing, Sartell. Beth Ann Rotzlaff, Nursing, Waconia. Julie Ann Rusty, Nursing, Swanville. Jennifer Lynn Slito, Nursing, Alexandria. Betsy Ann Struck, Nursing, Burnsville. Janelle Ann Thielen, Nursing, St. Cloud. Julie Lynn Winter, Nursing, Painesville. Kelly Marie Winter, nursing, St. Joseph. Please help me give our graduates a round of applause. I would now like to invite Barbara Carlson, Vice President of Institutional Advancement, to welcome you to the Alumni Association.
On behalf of the Alumni Association, I congratulate you, the graduates of the class of 1994, and I welcome you as alumni of the college. Garrison Keillor once described a Minnesota goodbye as interminable. He said that when we have guests, we tend to begin our goodbyes in the kitchen, and then we go to the front door and say goodbye again. And finally, we go to the driveway and stand by the car. This week, I think, has been like Keillor's Minnesota goodbye for you. You had the last Mass, the senior dinner, the senior disorientation party last night, the Eucharist this morning, and of course tonight, the last waltz. Now, I have the pleasure of saying the last official goodbye to you. I would like, as Shannon did in her words, to ask you to think back over your 4 years here, or maybe it's only been 2 or 3 or even shorter than that. But I'd like you to think back to when you began your St. Ben's experience. If you were a traditional student, you left your home to come to St. Ben's, and with you came your clothes, your word processor and dictionary, your checkbook, your makeup, your posters, your stuffed animals, your high school yearbook, your CD player, your pictures of family and friends, and 3 12-packs of Diet Coke. You moved it all in, load by load, and then you started to nest, to create a home for yourself. You hung up your clothes in the closet, you arranged your pens and paper and stationery in your desk drawers, you made up your bed with crisp new sheets, and you hung your posters on the wall with tacks or nails, but no tape. You were surrounding yourself with the familiar things in your life and arranging your new possessions. The journey from you were making a statement about the journey you were beginning, a journey from dependence to autonomy. And it all felt very tentative at that point. You were creating a tentative home. For others in this class, the experience has been very different. The women of the Bahamas, for example, just arrived this winter. Remember what it was like in January and February? I suspect for many of them it was their first trip to sub-zero climates. And I imagine they donned those winter jackets that are passed from one group of Bahamians to the next very quickly. Others of you have come to campus daily from St. Cloud or a neighboring town, and you have probably struggled at times to balance your home life with your campus life. For the 18-year-old 4 years ago, as those first days passed with floor meetings and first classes and buying books and settling in with your roommates, you met your brother Floor, you designed the loft you were going to ask your dad to build. Some of you were homesick. You thought your roommate was weird. And you'd wondered why you had ever left Sioux Falls or Shoreview or Pequot lakes. Some of you rejoiced in your independence with only occasional pangs of missing the familiar. At home, your family's journeys were also different. Some keenly felt the empty nest you left behind when you nested at St. Ben's. Others sensed it was time for this to happen, and perhaps their pain was less intense. Sisters and brothers had thought you'd never leave. They claimed pieces of your furniture, and some even moved into your bedrooms. But now they were afraid that maybe you'd never come back. As the nest became more familiar, as your life became more filled with friends and experiences, a subtle but strong shift occurred in the use of the word home. You left home to come to St. Ben's, and you'd leave St. Ben's to go home. And at some point, you started to leave your homes to come home to St. Ben's. I imagine many parents today can remember the pang that they felt when they heard you say for the first time as you departed for St. Joe, "I'm going home." Where home was has shifted many times. From Red Wing to Aurora 3, from Maple Grove to Ricarda, from Nassau to the East Apartments, from New Ulm to a cottage in Ireland or a hotel in Greece, or maybe simply from Waite Park to the HAB or Clemens Library. There has been a shift in the use of the word home and a shift in the place of home. Change, and yet no change at all. Independence, Iowa, and Wausau, Wisconsin will always be home, just as St. Ben's will. Finding a home is the process of finding yourself, and as you become autonomous, it becomes centered in you, and you carry it with you, just as you do those important things in your life. And now you begin another journey, and I say to you, on behalf of all of us here, goodbye and Godspeed. And I invite you to come home to St. Ben's, to see your friends, to refresh learning, to see if the fish are in the fish pond yet, to renew commitment, to measure change, and to seek God. Come home whenever you can.
On behalf of Sister Mary Ruder, the prioress, and all the sisters at the Convent of St. Benedict, your campus neighbors, I too congratulate you, the graduates of 1994. Tomorrow is the Feast of Pentecost, the great feast of the outpouring of the Spirit upon the church, the people of God. I invite all of us gathered here to pray for that outpouring upon the graduates and one another by sharing in the prayer I will say with the refrain, "Come to us, Spirit of God." When I invite you, I would like you to repeat, "Come to us, O Spirit of God." Let us pray. God of all life, of all blessings, you are God with us through your Son, Jesus Christ, and the Spirit you sent forth at that first Pentecost. Continue your blessings upon these graduates and each of us as we pray, "Come, O Spirit of God." Spirit of wisdom, Spirit of understanding, Spirit of truth, come to us, O Spirit. Spirit of strength, Spirit of knowledge, Spirit of joy, Spirit of love, Spirit of peace, Spirit of gratitude, Spirit of justice, spirit of generosity, spirit of gentleness, spirit of hope, spirit of compassion, spirit of unity, come to us. God, ever with us, send forth your Spirit and renew the face of the earth in and through the lives of these graduates. We pray this, confident in your love for us and in and through your Son, Jesus the Christ. Amen.